Alright guys, what is going on? Match reaction, Arsenal 4, Newcastle 1, and what a brilliant performance today from Arsenal, and what a dismal, poor display by Newcastle United. But yeah, what a win for Arsenal. 15 goals in 3 games, I believe, 1 goal conceded in that time. It's a brilliant run of form they are on in the Premier League. Arsenal, sorry. What team can stop them? It's either going to be Manchester City or Liverpool. I think Arsenal play Sheffield United next. You think that's going to be a win with the form they're in. And, I thought Newcastle were at least going to give him a game tonight. But, as soon as Arsenal got that relatively early goal, you knew the goal. You knew a goal was coming for Arsenal early on. Newcastle was sat back deep. And they couldn't, the press by Arsenal today, I think, needs to be said. It was unbelievable. They swallowed Newcastle up. It was, seriously impressive. And when you have a team willing to run, willing to press, like Arsenal did, you're going to be successful. And you're going to win games. And you're going to win trophies if you're a big team like Arsenal are. But yeah, just a brilliant performance. Newcastle, they couldn't get out tonight. Could not get out at all. And that's all credit due to Mikel Arteta and his coaching staff, because they've clearly worked on that press in the training ground, and it worked to fruition tonight. Brilliant by Arsenal. For Newcastle, though, it's another defeat. It's amazing how you have, I believe, the second best defence last season, and then this season you got one of the worst defences. It's crazy, Yes, I know Newcastle have had injuries, but I don't think that can be an excuse. I just don't know what's going on at Newcastle right now. You managed to get Champions League last season, and get knocked out of the Champions League group stages this season, and now you're really struggling in the league. And I think Eddie Howe has to take the blame for this. Some of the blame, at least. I know he's had injuries. He's been unlucky. But I think Eddie Howe needs sacking. I do. Listen, Eddie Howe is not the person to take Newcastle back winning trophies. He isn't. And back into Champions League football. I know he got them Champions League football. And he did a really good job last season, Eddie Howe. But if Newcastle want to take that next step, Eddie Howe needs to step aside, because he isn't a world-class manager. Simple as that. He isn't. And surely Newcastle, with all the money they've got, they can prize a world-class manager to their club. And I think that's what they need doing. I don't think the Newcastle board will sack Eddie Howe. I think they'll probably give him another season. But yeah, it's been a hard season for Newcastle. And yeah, I don't know what's going on with them, to be honest. I really don't. But for Arsenal, it's been another brilliant season for Arsenal. They're in a title race. It's a 3-horse race between Liverpool and Man City. And, but all 3 of them teams are on brilliant form. Manchester City won tonight as well, beating Bournemouth 1-0. Obviously, Liverpool don't play this weekend. They're playing the cup final tomorrow. But yeah, it is a 3-horse race, and what team will falter? I can't call it. I can't call this title race. I think Manchester City have the edge because they've been here and done it before. But have Arsenal learned from last season? Have they learned? That's a big question. But back to this performance today, 4-1. Just brilliant. Seriously, I thought Newcastle would give them a game, but you knew within the first 5-10 minutes, Arsenal were going to win this game relatively comfortably, and they did. Newcastle didn't have a shot until the 48th minute. Just a brilliant performance by Arsenal to keep that momentum going. And let's get into the goals because there's 5 goals to talk about. Arsenal taking a 1-0 lead. Sven Botman own goal. It's scrappy. It's a corner goal. And Arsenal from corners this season have been absolutely unbelievable. I think they've got like 20 set piece goals now this season in the Premier League. Arsenal. But yeah, what Arsenal do from the corners is they basically put everyone in the back post, and then when the corners are about to go in, they all run towards the near post, and it's clever. It's a clever little tactic that Arteta and his coaching staff have thought of, because if you're running towards the ball, defenders are static, and if you've got that run on the defender, you're more likely going to win the ball. And I think is it Gabriel? I think he might win a flick on, and it's an absolute mess. In the Newcastle box. It's a good save by Karius, to be fair, who I don't think had a bad game. I know we conceded 4 goals, but he can't really do anything with any of the goals. It's a good save by Karius, but Botman tries to hook it away, and it's just bobbling. It's one of those. It's bobbling, and it goes past the line. The goal line decision system said it went in. The referee checked his watch, said goal, and Arsenal took a 1-0 lead, and then 6 minutes later it was 2-0. Kai Havertz actually scored in this game. This is shocking defending. I think it's from Botman again. Botman, he had an absolute shocker today, an absolute horrible performance, a performance to forget by Sven Botman. But a ball gets clipped in to Martinelli. It's pulled by Trippier as well. Trippier's got to follow the run. Martinelli makes the run, and Botman, he's standing there like a statue. He doesn't know where Martinelli is. No one's shouting his name. Like, he thinks Karius is going to claim it. Martinelli gets in, gets the cross in Martinelli, and Kai Havertz isn't going to miss an open net from about 5 yards out. 2-0 to Arsenal. And from that minute on, it was game over, unfortunately, for Newcastle. 2-0, they were never coming back into it. And to make matters worse, in the 65th minute, Bukayo Saka made it 3-0. Brilliant goal by Bukayo Saka, this one. Individual brilliance. Ball gets played out to him. I'm not sure who it's by. Against Livramento, he jukes in one way, cuts back, and then cuts back again onto his favourite left-hand side. And he whips it into the far left corner. Beautiful finish by Bukayo Saka. And, he got his goal. Bukayo Saka. And then 4 minutes later, it was 4-0. Another set-piece goal from Arsenal. I think TNT Sports gave it as a Miley own goal. But I think it's actually a Kivior goal. I think it's been confirmed as a Kivior goal. Corner gets whipped in by Rice, and Kivior flicks it in at the near post, hits Miley on the hand. And I'm not actually sure if the header's on target. If it is Kivior's goal. If it's not on target, it's an own goal by Lewis Miley, unfortunately. But it didn't matter. It was going to count anyway for 4-0. And then Newcastle managed to get a consolation. Joe Willock coming back to his former club Arsenal to get a goal. Good moment for Joe Willock, scoring against his former club Arsenal. It's a shame they were 4-0 down. For me, this is probably the best goal of the game. Brilliant play. I think Arsenal probably got a little bit lazy because they knew the game was done. Harvey Barnes runs into space, plays the lovely ball through to Gordon. He does well to hold off Gabriel, plays the pass into Dan Burn, and the pass by Gordon allows Burn to take the touch and carries momentum forward. He gets in the cross. Joe Willock, beautiful header, looping over Raya, posting in. No chance for Raya. I think Raya will be annoyed. No clean sheet. Saliba, Gabriel will be annoyed. No clean sheet. But yeah, just a scintillating Arsenal performance yet again. And what a title race this is going to be. What an ending it's going to be. How long we got left? 3-4 months left of the Premier League season? It's going to be interesting. And I can't wait to see who wins the Premier League. Because there's going to be ups and downs, I tell you. But guys, let me know in the comments what you thought of the match. Please like, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll catch you later.